So, Alan, it's December 21st. Mm-hmm. You know what that means? Only 3 more sleeps until Santa comes with his giant sack. Are you excited?
Bah, humbug.
Alan doesn't like Christmas, do you, Alan?
I don't.
Why not?
I used to like Christmas. I used to love Christmas. It was my favorite time of year when I was a kid.
Okay.
And then I
What's
became
changed?
an adult. Well, what's changed? Responsibility. That's what's changed.
What are you responsible for that you weren't responsible for before?
Myself, mostly. See, when you're a kid, you're in school. And pretty much you're only responsible for not getting in trouble and keeping your grades up, right? And then you get a month off where you get to just play in the snow with your friends. You go tobogganing. You can wake up to toys under the tree. And when you're a kid, simple things amuse you. So things like toys are just fantastic. Now when you're an adult, you work until, like, we are literally recording this in my office. It is December 21st. And I'm still at work. And I will be at work tomorrow. And then Christmas this year happens to fall on, what, a Sunday? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a Sunday.
Yeah. And then I'm actually more excited about the days in between Christmas and New Year's because I actually get a couple of days off that I wouldn't otherwise get.
Right.
That is why, one of many reasons why I hate Christmas.
It's funny because I knew that you didn't like Christmas, but I thought that it was because of the corporate greed. I thought this podcast was going to be all about commercialism and capitalism and the man's try to squeeze every penny out of us that he could. I didn't know it was just because you couldn't get your shit together.
I'm a big capitalist, man. Now, here's what I don't like about the corporate greed. I don't like, because I'm cheap, on October 31st after Halloween, all the kids get their candy, and then the calendar ticks over to November. November 1st rolls around, and I go into Walmart thinking I'm going to get a good deal on all the leftover chocolate that they're trying to part with. Oh no. Santa's little elves were working late October 31st because as soon as I get in, there's Christmas music playing, there's holiday advent calendars with chocolate in it. That's the only chocolate I'm going to get. Has fucking Santa Claus on it? It's November 1st, people.
That doesn't bother me one bit, honestly, because I'm a sucker for Christmas. I love it. I enjoy the magic of Christmas. I still feel childlike when Christmas comes around. I love the decorations. You can't see this, but I'm sitting right now with an ugly Christmas sweater on. I'll lap it all up.
It's very ugly.
Yeah, the Christmas movies, the hope of a white Christmas, I fall for it all.
Okay, but do you like listening to the same goddamn Christmas songs day in and day out all the time? And it lasts for like 2 months out of every year because Christmas apparently starts November 1st. The Christmas countdown begins.
Okay, you got me there. The Christmas music can get a bit too much after a while. And it's the same, it seems to be the same 10 songs in different formats or by different artists repeated over and over and over again. And I wonder why they haven't done more Christmas songs by now.
Here's why.
There was The Darkness a while back. They did Christmas Time, Don't Let the Bells End.
I can't take you seriously. If you make a Christmas album as an artist, I can't take you seriously, man.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Michael Bublé. Then somehow it seems appropriate.
Dreamboat.
Yeah, but like NSYNC made a Christmas album. Full disclosure, I love NSYNC. I think NSYNC's awesome. But I'm not listening to your Christmas album. Mariah Carey, hey, you're all right, I guess. 7 octaves of vocal range, like you have talent. What are you doing wasting that talent on Christmas music?
People eat it up, that's why. People like me.
People like you? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Christmas movies, though, how about those?
Okay, you have me there because, well, do you have me there? I've never seen Die Hard.
Me neither.
That's a Christmas movie, apparently.
I hear that.
We should watch Die Hard.
We should watch Die Hard.
Yeah, we should do that. A Christmas Carol. That's a famous
Home
Charles
Alone.
Dickens. Home Alone.
Classic.
Okay, I will concede. The Christmas movies are actually pretty good.
Yeah. Do you see, for me, right, all that stuff is good, but the best part of Christmas is the bringing family together. There's people going to argue that you could bring family together without spending thousands of dollars or without playing those god-awful songs, but in today's busy world, you're not going to get people together for an event that easily. So everyone's got their own separate lives, and having a set date with tradition for them to all come together, I think is pretty special. And having the turkey dinner, which is what we do, I think that's amazing.
All right, I'm going to counter that because A, turkey is dry and gross, and unless it's deep fried and wrapped in bacon, I would rather eat Chinese food.
All right, okay.
The bringing the family together thing, yes, but no.
What's the but no?
Well, the but no is this. See, your family is in Scotland right now, so
That half, yep.
that's unfortunate for you because you don't get to go hang out with them. But if your family hypothetically lived in the same town as your fiance's family, you'd then have to figure out, all right, whose parents are we going to for Christmas this year? Do you know that look of disappointment on your mother's face when she finds out you've done something wrong? It's heartbreaking, right?
I've seen it a few times.
That's the look I get every other year when I say to my mom, all right, this year I'm spending Christmas at my girlfriend's family's house. And that is compounded, by the way, when you date a girl who maybe her family, she comes from a divorced household, so then we have to figure out, are we pleasing your mom this year? Are we pleasing your dad this year? Are we pleasing my parents this year? Who gets the Christmas day? Who gets Boxing Day? Who gets Christmas Eve? You know, it's
okay.
just...
That all makes sense, and I've never experienced those issues myself. But do you still get together around the Christmas period when you otherwise wouldn't?
Yeah, but do you want to spend time with... Okay, you like your fiance's family, so that's different.
So you're basically saying you get made to spend time with people you normally wouldn't spend time with and wouldn't choose to spend time with if there wasn't a reason.
Yeah, and it's not like my girlfriend's immediate family is like bad news or whatever. I don't mind hanging out with them, but like when the aunts and the uncles that are attached come by, and then it's like new people and I don't know them, and maybe they bring their shitty kids along and I need to remember names. Oh, and then there's like the gift exchanges. Can we talk? I'm not even talking, we'll get to this. I'm not talking about buying your significant other a gift. I'm talking about like those mandatory like office gift exchanges, like here, you know, don't go over $20.
Right.
Well, someone spent $3 whopping dollars at Dollarama, and they're gonna give you the shitty piece of chocolate with some broken candy cane pieces on it. When you went out of your way to go and buy something real nice that you spent all $20 on,
right?
You know, and then they do the gift exchange. Someone's gonna end up disappointed.
Yeah, I think everyone's circumstances are different. I have not experienced any of that for some time. I have had it in the past. It is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure for the gifts in general. I've almost wrapped up my Christmas shopping, pun intended, and I have discovered that there's something that I'm not quite happy with, and I'm going to have to take it back.
And you're going to have to brave the mall.
I'm losing sleep over this gift, even though it's semi-meaningless.
Right.
But yeah, I'm going to have to put up with all of the crowds at the mall. There's ways that you could prevent these things from happening. Know the person you're buying a gift for, would be one, and buy early. But yeah, the gift thing, it's got its pros and cons for me. I just mentioned some of the cons. I love giving gifts. I think that I'm a pretty good gift giver. I always buy something personal, something that means something to the person, and I love the reaction that I get when they open it, because their thought is, well, this person really cares about me. They have thought about me. They know what I like. I love the feels that I get from that.
Right.
So I think there are definitely a lot of downsides to Christmas, but overall I think it's a magical time of the year and I look forward to it every year.
I really wish I did. I really wish I could recapture that magical feeling of being a kid and having something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because now it's extra busy for me. It's extra busy at work, and then on top of that I take on I do DJing, right? I'm a DJ, so I'll do holiday parties and Christmas parties, and that's like once or twice a week, on top of all the other stuff I gotta do, on top of the Christmas shopping, on top of the wrapping gifts. You know, the money's great, and I can't really complain, but I'm gonna complain anyway, because it's such a pain in the ass. And then the weather sucks, because it's Canada, and it's wintertime, and driving around in the snow is not, like, if you don't have to, you know what I mean? It's just... I don't know, man. Maybe I'm finding reasons.
That you mentioned the feeling that you get or you got as a kid before Christmas. I know that we don't have that anymore, and it's pretty standard for as you get older to not feel that. But I heard that if you have kids, that feeling almost comes back because you live vicariously through them. You're never going to feel that.
That's like saying, oh, I feel vicariously through Ryan Reynolds' penis because he gets to be married to Blake Lively.
It's not the same.
It's the same. It's
Absolutely is not.
I can't take pleasure in someone else's joy because I don't have that part of my brain that works.
Oh, you don't see... Yeah, you're just not that kind of human then, because I absolutely do. They see their kid's face. They know everything that their kid has thought up until that point. They know their interests. And I think that would be a magical time.
You say that, and then you buy your kid something fancy like a drone or whatever. You go and spend a bunch of money, and the kid's more excited about the cardboard box it came in. That was a conversation we literally had in the office like a few hours ago, me and the two guys that I just employed to help me out with something, because we're too damn busy. And he was like, yeah, I spent bank on this friggin' gift for my kid, and all I wanted to do was make a fort with the box. And I remember being a kid and being totally amped on the boxes that came with the big gifts. And then, I don't know. Yeah. What was your favorite gift as a kid?
I can tell you, I remember it vividly. I don't have many memories of me growing up. I always laugh about that. I really genuinely don't remember much of my life before the age of 12. But I do remember this. It was Christmas. It was the year that the PlayStation 1 came out. I suspected that my mum had got me the PlayStation 1 for Christmas. Sure enough, came down, PlayStation size box, opened it up, PlayStation, over the moon. Then I went into the kitchen and there was a bike.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, it looked about the size of a bike that a young man would get, like myself.
Right.
But there was no, my mum and dad didn't have tons of money, so there was no way that I was going to get a PlayStation and a bike because the PlayStation was really expensive at the time. It was the first year that it came out. And I remember asking my dad, whose bike is that? And he said, yours. That feeling? Oh my lord. You don't get much better than that.
That's true. I never really got any big, fancy, expensive gifts as a kid. But I remember one year I just made bank, I guess, with Lego. I got so many boxes of Lego.
Yeah. And
I would know right away. You pick up the box, you could hear the pieces they're shaking. You're like, yeah, I just hope it's not one of those boring kits, But they never were, because back in the 90s, when we were children, Lego kits were dope. They had the space themes and like the pew pew.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Ice Planet.
Yeah, there is something magical about Lego, and there always has been.
And still, to this day, if someone got me Lego, and sometimes I get Lego for Christmas still from some of my pals who know me well, yeah, Lego is a good time. Unless you're a parent, and then you gotta pick up after the damn kids, and you step on the Legos at night. Maybe, you know what, Mike? I'm starting to see a pattern in my discontent with Christmas. And it has less to do with Christmas, and more to do with the fact that as I get older, I just get more grumpy about
I think that's
everything.
pretty typical.
Yeah, I think maybe I don't hate Christmas after all.
I don't think you do.
Maybe
I think that if you done Christmas right this year or another year, you'd see the magic again.
Maybe. But that would involve climbing into a time machine and not getting older.
No, there's things that you could do. You could stop working over the Christmas period.
I could.
You could.
But then I can't afford all the gifts I need to buy people.
Oh my god, here we go.
Alan's cheap.
He is cheap.
I don't know if you knew that about
That's
me.
a common theme. Every week there's been some kind of piece of information that has alluded to the fact that you're a cheap bastard.
I am a cheap bastard. Any spare money I get, I want to invest because I have cars to buy in the future. I got mortgage to pay, and I don't want kids, partially because I'm cheap, but whatever. That's why I work so hard over the holidays. But I also kind of like the hustle. And working over the holidays has its perks. Because as a DJ, I get to DJ in some pretty cool venues around town that I wouldn't otherwise go to.
Mm-hmm.
I was just at the River Cafe the other day, which is pretty swanky.
Yeah.
There's the 6th floor of the Bay building, the Guild. Whoever owns the Guild, they now have an event venue up top there.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
I DJ'd at the Fairmont Hotel in
Swanky.
Banff. Pretty swanky.
Swanky.
It's got its perks, but there's just a lot of running around, man.
Yeah. So that's Christmas to us. But Christmas means different things to different cultures, and
Right.
sometimes, in some cultures, they don't even celebrate Christmas at all. You strike me as the kind of guy that would know a little bit of information about the origins of Christmas. Is that true?
It's true. I know a little bit.
Hit me.
All right. Well, Christmas began as a pagan holiday in Europe. I think it might have had its roots in the Germanic
Yeah, I
tribes.
feel like it's Holland or Germany, one of those two places.
But they certainly borrow bits and pieces from all kinds of different regions and cultures and stuff. And then what happened, I believe, and I'm talking out my ass here, but
Also a common theme of this
also
podcast.
I talk about things that I'm pretty sure I read about when I was younger, but don't know for a fact. However, when Christianity came into play and they tried to bring all these warring tribes together under the banner of Christendom, they borrowed and bits and pieces of a lot of these different traditions and kind of worked their way in. And so over the course of many years, all of these disjointed and separate traditions and holidays kind of became incorporated into Christmas. And, they tried to tie in the birth of Jesus, along with the vernal equinox or whatever. Incidentally, today is the shortest day of the year, the vernal equinox. Is it vernal? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I think so. Vernal,
There's a whole Julian calendar versus Gregorian calendar and all that stuff. That
Hit
fits
me
in
with
there
that,
somewhere.
because that sounds like stuff I don't know.
I don't know much about it. I just know that Christmas was the 25th of December, even in the Julian calendar. But then when the world as a whole moved to the Gregorian calendar, they kept it as the 25th of December, which technically is 2 weeks before the current 25th of December.
Right.
Again, I could be talking out my ass as well. But essentially Christmas is now on a different day than it used to be, but it's the same date.
Same date. Okay.
And then there's the whole Santa Claus thing.
Right. Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle. I'd heard that it was originally a bishop in Holland called Santa Claus or something. He was a bishop that liked to give out gifts.
Yeah, Sinterklaas?
Sinterklaas.
Was it?
Yes. And that developed into Santa Claus over time. I don't know where the costume came from.
I can tell you where the costume came
Tell
from.
me.
Coca-Cola, an advertising
No
campaign.
way.
Yes way.
I thought that was based on like the depiction of Santa Claus up until that
they
point.
borrowed bits and pieces of it, but the jolly fat elf in a red suit with a big white beard.
He's not an elf.
Well, he's not an elf.
He
Okay.
has helpers.
Right, he has helpers.
Everyone knows
But anyway,
that.
that whole red jumpsuit apparatus. Yeah, that was a Coca-Cola marketing campaign from either the 1910s
I remember
or
the ad.
1920s.
It's the big truck going through the town, or is that later on?
That's probably later on.
Oh, okay. Because
'Cause
that was part of the magic of Christmas
Yeah.
for me growing up, was seeing the ad. When the ad came on television, you knew it was Christmas time.
I do like Christmas ads. You know what else I really liked as a kid, and I don't think this even exists anymore because we're old now. But the Sears Wish catalog, the Wish book, it was a catalog, a giant thing. It was probably like 1.5 inches thick. And as a little kid, you could flip through those pages. You could see all the toys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got
Like-
a funny story for you.
Oh, does it involve the lingerie section?
Yeah. How did you know?
Because I am a pervert. When you're a little kid, without the internet, because it's like 1994, you wanna know what a female figure looks like.
Oh my
That
god.
Sears Wish catalog.
Yeah,
That.
and that was before they photoshopped out the nipples.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that was. Pubes were still a thing, so. We're terrible.
A lot of sticky pages.
Anyway,
Anyway, the
I think
catalogue,
that's
yeah.
a shared experience that
Not shared, like not
No,
similar.
we did not share that
We didn't share it.
simultaneously. That transcended the Atlantic Ocean for sure. But it's funny that
Oh.
you and I would have a similar experience growing up. I don't know if it was a Sears catalog for you, maybe it was Harrods.
No, that was an expensive one, and I don't know if they had a catalogue. There were several kinds. I don't even remember the name of them now, but they were really thick, and it was an affordable way for people to buy gifts. I don't know if Sears in Canada did it the same way, but the companies back home, you could pay up. You could pay in installments for the things that you purchased. So if I bought a PlayStation, for example, and it was £270, which I think it was at the time, which is crazy now, my mum could pay that up £12 a month until it was paid off. So it was way more affordable. And I think that there was a bit of a markup on the pricing in the first place in the catalogue. So things are more expensive than you could get them elsewhere, but at least you could pay them up.
Right, and then who knows what the interest was, because we were kids back then. We didn't know what interest was, and we didn't
Absolutely
have to care.
not.
See, but now we're grown-ass men, and we have credit card bills that we've racked up over Christmas time because we bought our girlfriends lots of expensive gifts, and our parents.
It's a tough time.
It is a
financially.
Tough time. Yeah, and that's why I work so much, and that's why I get so stressed.
I think everyone does, but I think it's worth it. And I know that other cultures and other people are completely against the buying of expensive gifts and going over the top and spending money that you don't have. And I'm absolutely guilty of that. And some people even say that it should be a time of giving to others, as in less fortunate than yourself, which I absolutely don't do and wish that I did. And I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to make that happen.
Right.
I know that our friend Alan here, because he's such a nice guy, he, on his birthday, requests that rather than people buying him a gift, that they donate money to people less fortunate, like those in Africa that don't have clean drinking water.
Yeah, clean water charity. I like that one.
I'm sure there's Christmas alternatives.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah.
World Vision, I know people have their qualms against World Vision because of how much markup they take off the top or whatever, but you know what? You can do your research online and figure out what charities work best for you. Here's a fun fact, actually. Homeless shelters, which especially in colder climates like ours,
I know where this is going.
Get busy. A lot of people donate things like toothbrushes and hair products and jackets and mittens and stuff. But did you know that these guys actually need socks?
Socks. I did hear that, actually.
Yeah. And socks are really cheap. You can buy a 12-pack from Walmart, and Hanes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it might cost you $5, whatever. Bring that down to your local shelter. That'll go a long way for those.
Yeah.
Those
now that you say that, I'm going to do it this year.
Do it.
This podcast is gradually making me a better person.
And I hope the same for our listeners. I don't know, do you have any final thoughts here before we get into our recommendations?
Well, I just want to wish all the listeners a very Merry Christmas, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Have a lovely holiday period with your family. And spend as much time with them as you can. You don't know how long they're going to be on this earth for.
Right. Old
or young. Could be hit by a bus tomorrow.
Hopefully not, though.
Or the day after.
Because we only have like 5 listeners, and they are friends and family.
So please don't get hit by a bus.
Don't get hit by the bus.
You're going to take that number down to 2 or 3.
Right, and it'll impact us personally because we know you.
And also because we care about you.
And we care.
Yeah, nothing to do with
And
the
we'll probably
podcast
see you
numbers.
at Christmas dinner anyway. So
Yeah.
I would do the same. I'll extend a happy holidays, happy Festivus if you're of the atheist persuasion. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa I don't know anyone who's ever admitted to celebrating Kwanzaa, but I'm sure they're out there. Hanukkah for the Jews among us. Jews. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, recommendations.
A few months back, I bought a Breville smoking gun. It's basically a gun that shoots smoke, and you can. I did not do
like
a
a
good job
smoke machine.
It's like a smoke machine.
No, but like a smoke machine for a dance party.
No. I mean that would probably not be good for anyone's lungs. This is like a little handheld gun, size of a glue gun, let's say, and it's got a fan inside, and it's kind of like how a pipe works, where you inhale or you suck in cold air through a vent that is burning, in this case, wood chips. So hickory, cherry wood, apple wood, mesquite, whatever, cedar, whatever your favorite wood is. You can buy wood chips for this thing.
How on earth would people know what their favourite wood is?
I do.
Okay.
But it depends on what I'm using the application for. You see, if I am making a old-fashioned smoky bourbon, I will employ my Breville smoke gun, and I think applewood tastes the best. I probably wouldn't use hickory for my bourbon, but I made smoked chicken wings the other day with a gun, Oh, they were good. And I burned some, better believe I put some hickory and some mesquite in there. Put it over, I put saran wrap over my bowl of chicken wings, and then I shoved the silicone tube from the other end of the gun that shoots the smoke out, and I just trapped that smoke in there until it dissipated. Probably took 10 minutes.
Here's a question for you then.
That's good.
If you have ever eaten really, like, truly smoked food
Right.
or alcohols,
Yeah.
what's the difference?
Well, okay, a truly smoked food is cured by the smoke and let to absorb all those smoky goodnesses over a long period of time. Like if you're making a smoked brisket, for example, you're getting up at 4 a.m. and you are manning that flame until the wee hours of night to try and make sure that your meat is just smoky and amazing. The smoke gun doesn't quite do that. It's not really what it's meant for, though. It's more meant to add a level of smoky complexity to your food or alcoholic spirit. Here's what I did. I took some vodka, and I put a couple drops of cedar extract that I have. Not cedar extract, but it's like a bitters for your drinks. So I put a drop of that, and then I smoked some cherry wood, and I let that sit over my drink for 5 minutes or whatever. And I can tell you this, it tasted very good. It tasted like an aged whiskey. But it was just vodka. So Breville Smoke Gun. I'm not sponsored by them, so I have no skin in the game whether or not you get one. But if you have a parent or a family member, friend, and they like, sipping on old fashions or smoking chicken wings or, just want to add some smoke into the kitchen, Breville Smoke Gun. You can get it at the Bay. I know for a fact because that's where I got mine. You can get it all over the place, but it's worth it. What have you got for us?
I'm going to switch it up here. Instead of giving you a recommendation, I'm going to give you a reverse recommendation.
So things not to do or buy or experience?
Yeah, exactly.
The anti-recommendation?
Have you ever heard of IMS needling?
I've heard of needling. What is an IMS?
I think it stands for intermuscular stimulation or something like that.
I know what you're... Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a big nope.
I would say that if you don't like needles, for sure don't get it done.
The only people who do like needles are weird and they go to sex clubs.
Yeah, okay. Well, this was something that I got done recently at the physio. Didn't see it coming, had no idea, had never even heard of it. It's kind of similar to acupuncture, but the needles are different and it's used for a different reason. They essentially pop the needle in deep into your muscle and push it in and out and in and out. And eventually the muscle kind of grabs, a tight muscle tightens further, grabs the needle, then relaxes. And it has a lot of the same benefits as a massage, like a deep tissue massage that would take a very long time, but you can get the same results in short order. So, like I said, had no idea that it was coming. The reason I would not recommend it is because it's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It does not feel good at all. And it's a sensation that you will never have felt before because it's an involuntary contraction of the muscle.
Right.
And you've got a needle that's scraping inside of your body, so that's definitely not nice. And it also varies in intensity depending on where you get it done and how tight your muscles are, etc. But it looks like that's on the cards for me for a long time now. Every physio appointment, this guy's very hands-on. Good guy, very hands-on, very needly.
Does he have big hands?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't.
I don't know
which
if that matters.
It's probably a good thing for me, but yeah, IMS needling, if that's an option, if it's a choice between that and a massage, for sure go for the massage. Put in that extra time for the same results. You will save yourself some pain and discomfort.
So you would say that the ends do not justify the means in this case?
I think I've got probably a bit of a higher pain threshold than most, and also I'm not scared of needles. But I can see some people having real problems with that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun option. I would certainly take the massage if I had the choice.
Yeah.
Also, who's the sick fuck that figured out if you stab someone's muscle with a needle, the muscle will actually latch on and tighten up? How do you figure that out?
Eastern
and then
medicine.
decide, yeah, those Easterners. Is that racist?
No.
Okay.
You're not really specifying a race.
Right. Just general, if you're from the East.
It's Eastist.
Eastist. Yeah. Y'all Easterners. Yeah. Yeah, we cray. All right, we're not going to commit to a time for when you can expect us to see us again here, but it will be soon. It may be in the early new year, early January, or who knows, maybe we'll get together over the holiday break. But until then, guys, stay warm, stay safe, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and give those you love big hugs. Peace out.